Hello everyone, with you Miss Rasha Mohamed, science teacher at Leaders and Riyadh Language School. Today we will explain lesson 3 in unit 2 motion. First, we must know what is the meaning of motion. Motion is a change in position of an object. What is the motion? It is a change in position of an object from a place to another relative to a reference point. Later we will know what is the reference point means. Motion happens all around us, like motion of the cars or motion of the motorbike. They are moving with different speeds. So, what is the speed? It is the distance covered by an object in a unit time. In the first term, we know that the measuring unit of speed is meter per second, while the measuring unit of distance or displacement is meter. To identify the concept of relative motion, we must discuss the following example. Number 1. If your car moves beside another car with the same speed, what will you observe? You will imagine that the two cars stop moving. If the two cars are moved with the same speed, you will imagine that the two cars stop moving. Number 2. If your car moves in an opposite direction to another car, what will you observe? You will imagine that the other car moves at a high speed. What about if you are in a stopping car? If you are in a stopping car and another car moves forward beside you, you will imagine that your car moves backward. And if your car moves beside a stopping car, you will imagine that your car moves forward and the other car goes backward. All of this related to the relative motion. What is the meaning of the relative motion? The relative motion, it is the change of an object position or its direction as time passes in relative to another object or a fixed point known as a frame of reference. It is the change of an object position. The object position, that's my car. And another object, that's the other car. I compare the motion between them. The other car, it is the fixed point or the frame of reference. I compare the motion of my car with it. So, what is the reference point? It is a fixed point used to determine the object position or to describe its movement. Again, what is the reference point? It is a fixed point used to determine the object position or to describe its movement. There are two types of motion: transitional motion and periodic motion. Types of motion: transitional motion and periodic motion. First, transitional motion. It is a motion in which the object position is changed relative to a fixed point from time to time between initial and final position. The motion that has initial position and final position, beginning position and final position. Like number 1, car motion. The car has initial point and final point. Another example, train motion. The train has initial position and final position. What another example? Like person motion, like bicycle motion, like fan motion. Everything has moved with initial position and final position. Its motion is described as transitional motion. What about the other type, periodic motion? Periodic motion, it is a motion which is regularly repeated at equal period of time. Again, what is the periodic motion? It is the motion which is regularly repeated in equal period of time. Like number 1, vibrating motion, like simple pendulum. We know the simple pendulum from the first term. It has vibrating motion. Tick tock, tick tock. Number 2, wave motion, as the motion produced after throwing the stone in the water. Hello. In our previous session, we talked about the types of motion. There are two types of motion: transitional motion, periodic motion. Periodic motion, such as vibrating motion, B. Wave motion. The waves causing wave motion are divided into two types. Number A, mechanical waves. Number B, electromagnetic waves. The waves causing the wave motion are divided into two types. Number A, mechanical wave. Number B, electromagnetic wave. Number A, mechanical wave. What are the characteristics of mechanical wave? Number 1, they are produced due to the vibration of the medium particulars. Medium like air, water, wood. What is the speed of mechanical waves? Their speed is relatively low. They don't travel through space or vacuum, such as sound wave and water wave. The speed of sound is about 340 meters per second. P. Electromagnetic waves. What are the characteristics of electromagnetic waves? The electromagnetic waves are accompanied with electromagnetic forces. In opposite to the mechanical waves, the electromagnetic waves' speed is extremely high. They can spread in all media and free space, like light waves. The speed of the light is about 300 million meters per second. Like the sunlight, can travel through free space to the Earth's surface. To explain the difference between electromagnetic waves and mechanical waves, we must compare between lightning and thunder. Do you see lightning first or hear thunder first? Of course, we see lightning first before hearing the sound of thunder. Why? As lightning flash transfer in the form of electromagnetic wave, but thunder sound transfer in the form of mechanical waves. And we said before that the speed of the electromagnetic waves is much greater than the mechanical waves. So, when I asked you, give reason, we see lightning before hearing thunder, although they occur at the same time. We should answer because the light of lightning is from electromagnetic waves, while the sound of thunder is from mechanical waves, where the speed of electromagnetic waves is much greater than the speed of mechanical waves. Mechanical and electromagnetic waves have many technological applications. First, mechanical wave application. Number 1, examining and curing human body system using sound waves such as ultrasonic waves. Number 2, musical instrument. Musical instrument like stringed musical instrument and pneumatic musical instrument. Stringed musical instruments such as violin and guitar. Pneumatic musical instruments such as flute and reed pipe. Number B, electromagnetic waves applications. Number 1, ultraviolet rays or UV rays. They are used in killing microbes. So, they are used to sterilize the sets of surgical operation rooms. Like we see in this picture, they are used to sterilize the sets of surgical operation rooms. Number 2, X-rays. They are used in photographing bones for detection of bone fracture. Number 3, gamma rays. They are used in medical purposes such as treatment and discovering of tumor or some swellings. Number 4, visible light. The visible light are used in photographic camera, in television camera, in light show or data show. The last one, infrared rays or IR rays. They are used in night vision. That's used by modern military forces. Remote sensing instrument. That is used in air satellites. Cooking food. Because these rays have heat effect. In making remote sets to control and operate electric sets such as TV, DVD, air conditioner. At the end of the lesson, I want to focus on the main point on the lesson, such as the meaning of motion, that it is a change in an object position or direction as time passes with respect to another object, or a fixed point known as a point of reference. Types of motion are periodic motion and transitional motion. The transitional motion means that it is the motion in which the object position is changed relative to fixed point from time to time between initial and final position, while the periodic motion, it is the motion which is regularly repeated at equal period of time. Example of transitional motion such as train motion and car motion. Example for periodic motion such as vibrating motion, circular motion, wave motion. The waves caused wave motion are divided into mechanical waves and electromagnetic waves. Mechanical waves, they are produced by vibration to the particulars of the medium. It needs a medium to transfer through it, such as sound wave and water wave. Electromagnetic waves, these waves are composed of electromagnetic field and spread out in all material and vacuum. Vacuum means free space. Such as light wave, microwave, radio waves, ultraviolet rays, and thermal rays, that is infrared rays, which are emitted by the sun. At the end of this lesson, I hope you have understanding the main concept of lesson 3 motion. Thank you for listening.